We had a request for more pig videos, so I wanted to do a little pig video here. We had moved Ruthie and Boaz up to our second garden that we had opened up 2 years ago with pigs, and we grew a ton of squash after we had opened it up with pigs. This year we planted some corn, some melons and stuff, but we didn't have enough rain for our melons, so it didn't do well. But the corn did, and the corn was through this area where you see some of the tall weeds, right? It ended up going right through here. And the pigs came in and basically just chewed down all the corn, and it was neat to see how they pick it out. And you can see there's a corn stalk they had eaten down to the ground. But here, this is a kind of it ended up being a weedy mess this year. I didn't tend this garden at all. And so our plan here is to let the pigs dig it all up for us again, so that in the springtime we can hit the ground running with this area. It'll have its fertilized pig poop. We'll send the chickens in to scratch in the pig poop some more, and then we'll be able to plant immediately in the spring. And then by the end of the summer, hopefully we'll have melons this year and more corn. So we're letting them dig it all up for us. They're gonna do the work in here. We usually put pigs in, and chickens come in right after them to scratch their poop, eat whatever seeds are in their poop. And it's a great thing. It's a great circle of life. Great way to feed your animals. Great way to use your animals to do the work that you need done, and then there's less work for you to do. You always have work. There's no way out of working, and that's the beautiful thing about life. It's working is beautiful. You find yourself more joyful when you find yourself working hard. At least in my own heart and my own opinion, I find myself more joyful when I'm working, especially amongst the beautiful farmland. It's just beauty. And you know, there's something beautiful about fall. Everything is dying and changing colors, and there's a beauty to the changing of colors as you see all the yellows and the browns and the oranges. It's just so beautiful. And at the same time, there can be a real ugliness to it. Like our other garden looks really ugly in some spots because all of the sunflowers are like dying and look like death. And it's like, oh, it once was so beautiful. But you know, there's a time and a season. And this is the season where things die and you prepare for the next beautiful, joyful springtime that is going to be so amazing. What surprises you, what seeds fell to the ground surprises you that pop up in the spring, what you're going to plan out. So right now is the time to plan out your garden. What does that mean? We'll have a video showing you what we're doing in our garden, and most of it for us is going to be getting the chickens in there after we harvest some things down, getting the chickens in, cleaning it up so that the soil is being fed for the spring. You want to always feed your soil somehow, fertilize it, and we choose to fertilize it with pig poop, with goat poop, with rabbit poop, and with the chickens coming in and scratching it all in, and then we're ready to plant in the spring. So that all needs to be prepared now, and it's not really a lot. It's just a matter for us fencing off some of the garden area so we can let chickens in to do our dirty work. So that's what we do. But I'll have a video on how we're preparing our gardens for this spring. And don't get overwhelmed. You can always prepare your gardens in the spring. We just find we get a running start. We have a longer winter, so we find we get a running start if we prepare the gardens now. We can get ready to just seed. And here they're enjoying. Ooh, they like to fight over their food. So I wanted to show you Ruthie and Boaz again in the garden area that we're opening up for next year. So they did an amazing job. So here you go. This is what it looks like now. We added some of our grass clippings for them to eat and to, throw around, because grass clippings add nitrogen back to your soil. So you want those in your garden, in your compost heaps, whatever. We just throw them right in the garden and let them scratch everything in, let them do whatever they like. But this is it. No more weeds. It's all basically ready, and they have decided to poop on this entire area. So here, finding their poop again. All across here is their poop, which I love that they only did it on this side of the garden all the way through. That's it. That's where they decided to poop. The rest of the garden is free of poop, clean and clear. So with pigs, it's easy if you wanted to come in and just scrape up all this poop and put it in a compost heap. But what we do is we leave it and we bring the chickens in. They will scratch it all into the ground, take out all the larvae of bugs and whatever is in their poop, and they'll scratch it through and the ground is fertilized. So here is our look at our awesome space of what they cleaned up for us. So this is basically ready to garden next year. Now we're just going to add grass and leaves in here and keep feeding the soil.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.